What makes an agency a thought leadership marketing specialist? Well, a lot of marketing agencies claim that they help people become thought leaders, but when you look closely, they're usually only solving one small piece of the puzzle. Some are really good at branding, some are really good at paid ads, some are really good at content production, some are really good at SEO, but very few actually understand how thought leadership works as a complete system. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why that matters. If your goal is to become the recognized authority in your category so that you can generate referral quality leads and dominate your space, then you need a very different strategy than traditional marketing. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through the difference between a typical marketing agency and a true thought leadership marketing agency. I'm going to show you the framework behind how category dominance actually works, why some experts become known everywhere while others stay invisible, and how different parts of branding, positioning, and authority and search strategy all fit together. By the end of the episode, you'll know exactly what questions to ask before hiring an agency and what warning signs to look for, and you'll know why so many businesses invest heavily into marketing but still never become the recognized authority in their space. Let's dive right in. So if we organize this into a table with two different columns, a typical marketing agency on one side and a thought leadership specialist on the other side. What is the goal of each of these? The goal of a typical marketing agency is to generate leads, generate sales, and generate awareness. So all those sound great, right? But there's actually more that can be done if you specifically want to position yourself as a thought leader. You want to eliminate cold leads and only focus on warm leads. You need to build your authority. And I'm not talking about becoming an influencer like a social media influencer, but when I say influence, I'm talking about impact. And your focus needs to be on trust building. So you do a lot of relationship building before promotion. So that takes us into the next category of content style. Typical marketers will do promotional content right up front and they'll follow things that are trending. And the part that I want to focus on for thought leaders is educational. This is actually so easy. Your job becomes way easier. You don't have to entertain, you don't have to impress, but you can just educate and you're going to understand why this is so extremely powerful. Now, metrics is where you're going to have to change your mindset, okay? Because typical marketing companies focus on views, subscribers, and conversions. And yes, we want conversions, but it's going to be hard to not focus on views and subscribers. What if your videos are getting a low amount of views? What if you're not generating a lot of subscribers or your channel remains small, but you're having high revenue, you're having high lead generation? So instead of those metrics, to make sure that you're having high revenue, we focus heavily on search traffic and topic domination. Now, when I talk about topic domination, I'm talking about owning your category. So no matter where people search online, whether that's Google, YouTube, or ChatGPT, you're at the top, okay? Now where, right? Your target audience, they have challenges or they have goals, right? And you would be the perfect person to help them, but they don't know that you exist. So they're going to Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT, and they're just typing in questions to try and solve their problems. That's when you need to be at the top. Every time people are searching for your topic, they're finding you at the top. So it doesn't matter if you get the most views. If you don't have a video that goes viral, virality can actually be bad for you. But when these people that need you find you, that is power. So what do I mean by risk tolerance? Traditional marketing companies will focus on safe messaging. They want to appeal to more people and not alienate anybody. But I say you need to show your bias. You need to show what differentiates you from everybody else. And because you know specifically who your target audience is and the questions they're asking, you can talk directly to them. When you share your biases, you're going to pull the right people in. You can also do myth busting. You can challenge the normal advice that people give and share your real opinions. The timeline you might find obvious, right? With typical marketing, it's short-lived. As soon as you stop paying for the advertising, you don't get any more attention. But when you build thought leadership, you're creating something long-term. You're building momentum, and all the effort you put in month 1 continues to get your results. So in month 2, you're making it bigger. Just like picture the snowball as it rolls down the hill and it gets bigger and bigger. Month 3, it's bigger. Month 4 is bigger. So after 4 months, all the effort from all those 4 months is now working together. And if you continue to do more and more effort, your momentum will grow and grow and grow. So another way of explaining this is just to look at shelf life. With typical marketing, the content you put out there is only going to get you results in the immediate future, like today, tomorrow, the next day, but then it just fizzles out. It's temporary. But when you create content for your dream clients and what they're searching for online, that traffic is going to be gradual. Each individual video is just going to bring in a trickle of traffic in that first month, a little bit more in the second month, a little bit more in the third month, but piece after piece after piece, because it's evergreen, it continues to build authority. And so eventually all of those trickles add up into a big fire hose of the most ideal traffic. Now, general marketing companies, the branding that they do, they're focused on your product or your service. They go right to those things. And there's different types of branding expertise that they have. The type of expertise you need to focus on when you're building yourself as a thought leader is personal branding. And there's 3 different areas of personal branding. There's the image part of it, like how you look. So that's your logo, your photography, your website, your style guide. There's also the messaging. Messaging is critical. Messaging is things like who you help specifically, what problem you solve, what solutions you provide. And then the third part of personal branding is your positioning, where you rank, how people find you, what categories do you dominate. You need the right visual identity so people trust what they see. You need the right messaging so people can clearly understand the problem that you solve and that transformation that you provide. And you need the right positioning so that your dream clients actually find you when they're searching for help online. Many experts spend years focusing on only one of those 3, not realizing that they're missing a piece and wondering why they still remain invisible. I really want you to understand all 3 of these parts, so I'm going to share a link to my next episode. It's called What is Personal Branding? I go into those 3 steps in much more detail and show you how they all work together so that you can systematically own your category, generate referral quality leads, and become the go-to authority in your entire industry. I'll see you there.